Hello again, very good evening to you. Many of us will see some wet and windy weather as we go through the end of today and overnight into Tuesday, in association with a relatively deep area of low pressure across parts of the southwest at the moment. Now, this feature has actually been named Storm Pierrick by the French Met Service, Meteo France. For the UK, it is going to bring some heavy rain, some strong winds, and we do have some warnings out, but the weather won't be as impactful as across parts of France. That system pushes its way northeastwards as we go through Tuesday. Then we have a brief ridge of high pressure leading to some quieter weather to start Wednesday before another system sweeps in from the west, and that is going to bring a largely wet day for many of us on Wednesday itself. As well as the rain though, this system's going to lead to some warm air being dragged up from the south-southwest, and so we're going to see our temperatures rising again as we go through the latter part of this week. Back to the here and now though, and as we go through this evening, do watch out for some heavy, perhaps even thundery downpours across parts of the southeast. Otherwise, it's quite a cloudy story, quite a bit of rain around, some heavy outbreaks of rain and heavier rain developing across parts of North Wales into northern England, feeding into southern and eastern Scotland as we go through the night as well. Lots of strong winds to watch out for too, particularly around western coastal parts of Wales, northwest England and southern coastal areas as well. In the southwest, we could be looking at gusts of around 60 to 70 miles per hour in exposed spots, so that could cause some issues. Temperatures, they're not going to drop much. It is staying quite cloudy, it's going to be wet, it's going to be blustery, and so for many places holding up in the mid to high single figures. So a mild but wet and blustery start to the day on Tuesday morning. Now, we do still have a number of warnings out. We have a rain warning across eastern and southern parts of Scotland, could see up to 50 to 60 millimetres perhaps in the wettest spots, and this coming on pretty saturated ground means there's the risk of some flooding in a few spots and also some travel disruptions, some significant spray on the roads quite likely. And like I said, some strong winds around coastal parts of Wales, southwest England and the south coast too. Worth bearing in mind that there's also the risk of some large waves which could cause further issues to coastal areas. As we go through Tuesday itself though, like I said, a mild but wet and blustery and cloudy start for many of us. The heaviest rain continuing across parts of eastern southern Scotland, could be some winteriness over the higher ground. Heavy outbreaks of rain still across some northern and perhaps eastern parts of England too, but further south and west across Northern Ireland, western parts of Wales and central southern England perhaps, we should see something a bit drier as we go through the day. Some bright sunny spells may develop, albeit there will be a few showers around, and across parts of Scotland these could be quite blustery at times, even anywhere to be honest. The showers could be quite blustery, though the winds won't be quite as strong as we'll have seen earlier on in the day. Temperatures will be dropping. I know I said at the start we have some milder air coming in later this week, but we have to wait a little bit for that. Temperatures on Tuesday will be down several degrees compared to Monday, highs of just 13, 14 Celsius at best towards the south, and most places ranging from around 9 to 12 Celsius. So feeling a bit chillier than it has done lately. Through Tuesday evening, we are going to see the system that brings the persistent rain across eastern Scotland clearing away towards the North Sea. And yes, there'll be some showers around for a time, but because of that ridge of high pressure that I highlighted earlier on, we are going to see most of the showers easing and we will have largely clear skies for a time. As a result, it's going to turn a little bit chilly first thing on Wednesday morning. Could be a touch of frost, particularly across the sheltered glens of Scotland and even elsewhere, just notably fresher than it has been through some recent starts. Plenty of sunshine first thing across much of the UK. Not for Northern Ireland though. Here it is going to be a cloudy, wet start, and that rain is then going to feed its way across the rest of the UK as we go through its Wednesday itself. So most places turning cloudy, wet, and again it is going to be windy. Across southwestern parts of Scotland, this is where we're most likely to see the impacts from the heavy rain. We could see a further 40 to 50 millimetres perhaps. That coming on top of the heavy rain that we've seen earlier on in the week, and so the ground again very saturated, some further flooding issues possible, and again some travel disruption quite likely. Like I said though, we do have some warmer air making its way in, so temperatures will be rising a little bit higher on Wednesday compared to Tuesday, more widely into your low to mid-teens Celsius. That being said, because it is going to be cloudy, wet and blustery, it's not necessarily going to feel all that pleasant for the time being. Looking further ahead, and this system does eventually clear its way towards the east as we go through the end of the day on Wednesday, and then Thursday at the moment looks mostly dry, but a frontal wave comes in across northern parts, bringing some rain for a time across those areas as we go through Friday, likely to stay drier towards the south because of this dominant area of high pressure. And like I said, temperatures rising as we go through this week. Could get into the low 20s again by Friday. If you want more information about this week's forecast, do head to our YouTube channel, as you can find our week ahead forecast there. Bye-bye.